Nail transformation and glass nails for Saint Valentine's Day in this video coming up.
Was it real or just pretend?
Hello guys, I'm Anastasia and today we will be transforming these nails. They are outgrown, couple nails are already missing, so I'm going to take off the color and see what's underneath. But first I will start with pushing back the cuticle, and I usually use orange wood stick because this is a great tool and it is also single use, so you can simply throw it away after you're done or give it to your client. Next step is filing off the color. So we have gel polish here and I will file it off to see what's going on there underneath with the product, because I'm going to do infill for these nails. I'm using a carbide bead with green abrasive mark and the speed is around 15 to 20,000 rotations per minute. Recently, I'm really enjoying working with this shape of the bead because you can use it almost for anything, and the tip of the bead is pretty narrow, so you can reach different areas such as sidewalls or cuticle area without touching or damaging the client's nail. As I keep on filing the color, I see more and more product lifting underneath, and unfortunately it's not only in the cuticle area because this one is pretty easy to remove, but there's also pretty much product lifting in the middle, which means that probably it will not really make sense to do an infill for them. Also, the old product is white in color and we are going to do glass nails, so I think it will make sense simply to take off the old product and do a new set. So let me guys know, have you ever been in this kind of situation when a client actually asked you to do an infill and then it's literally not possible, or I mean it is possible but it just doesn't make sense because it will take more time and effort and product to fill these nails compared to simply do a new set. That's why I clipped off the length and now simply filing off the product. By the way, I have no idea what gel it is because previously this client been to a different nail technician, but it's pretty easy to file. And there's a product lifting on almost each nail, which makes it even easier to remove. And I know that some of you guys shared that you actually enjoy watching this kind of removals and transformations, so enjoy.
Don't give up so easily. Open up your eyes and see there's more to our story. Baby, open up to me. Don't give up so easily. Open up your eyes and see there's more to our story. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging on. Baby, open up to me. Don't give up so easily. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging on.
Next step will be cuticle care, and I usually do e-file manicure. I think with this client I'm going to push up the cuticle with e-file and then trim it with the scissors. Here we have a normal skin, it's not super sensitive, so I will do all the cuticle care before the product application. because sometimes I do it afterwards. So I start with the left side. I'm working at 25,000 rotations per minute at the moment, and then I switch to the opposite side and switch my e-file to reverse mode, so now it's rotating in the opposite direction at the same speed. And I clean all the cuticles and push it up, so then it will be much easier to trim it. Then I will trim the cuticles using scissors. I personally prefer using scissors compared to nippers, but you can use any tool that you like. And with this particular client, I decided to use scissors and not an e-file because her cuticle lines are not super even, and it will be just easier for me to do it this way. Now it's all done and clean, and let's do the design. I will need glow-in-the-dark electric glove by Glam and Glitz, Twinkle Twinkle, white powder that also glows in the dark, medium blush cover pink, 4 different colors of hearts accessories. After setting up the form, I apply dehydrator and non-acid primer, and then I'm going to build a foundation. So I will use a clear acrylic for that, and I'm going to create a free edge and also connect it with the nail bed area. In this design, I decided to combine a couple colors and glass nails with ombre. So this one will be ombre. I will do nude and this neon pink that glows in the dark. I think it's gonna look super cool. When building a foundation like that, keep in mind that the product should be super thin, because if you will apply too much clear and you will do an ombre later, then you might accidentally file off the color and you will have some clear spots. Then I will take neon pink and place it on the free edge area and stretch it towards the cuticle. So this is how I'm going to work on the ombre. And this one is also with glitter, and fading colors that contain glitter is much easier compared to the traditional colors. And this one also glows in the dark, so I think it's gonna look nice when you switch off the lights. When applying color, make sure it follows the same shape and length that you just created with clear, otherwise it will not make sense, right? We want to stick to the one that we created. And currently I'm working with tones forms. By the way, I tried them recently and they're so good, and also the fact that they're black is actually helping me right now, because you can easily see which spots you are missing, because you can see that it is still dark. Right? I mean, through this pink. So once you stretch the pink, the next step will be taking nude, which is Glam and Glitz medium blush, place it near the cuticle and fade it towards the free edge. But do not fade too much, because you can cover up all the pink you just created. So if you did that accidentally, you can clean it really fast just after you did that. So make sure you have an equal amount of nude and pink, and then we need to encapsulate it with the clear. So I'm mostly encapsulating the middle part and the apex area and the free edge, because on the cuticle I already have enough product. This medium blush is so easy to blend, by the way, so if you're looking for a good one, I definitely recommend it. Let's do the next one, and this one will be glass nail, and the first part is exactly the same. We are building the clear foundation, which should match with the shape and the length of the other nails. Even though this nail is going to be transparent, you still need to create a very thin foundation, because we are going to encapsulate all these heart accessories later, so make sure you leave enough room for it. I will apply some product on the nail bed area as well, because we are not going to apply these accessories right on the bare nail. So then I will take this color Twinkle Twinkle, which is white and it glows in the dark as well, and fade it a little bit. So I'm doing that because I simply want to hide the area where we can see the natural nail, so once it grows we will not be able to see it. So now let's add some accessories, and while white acrylic is still wet, I can do that. But as it dries pretty quickly, I will add a little clear and add more hearts and stars. My original idea was to use only pink colored hearts, but then I thought, multicolor always looks great, and we also created an ombre with blue color on the other nail, so now there's blue, pink, and golden. If you would like to achieve the look like these hearts are actually floating inside of the glass of water or ice, Then you need to do it in a multiple layers. So once you add a couple stars or hearts, you need to encapsulate them with a very thin coat of clear, like I am doing now, and then apply the new ones. You can do it all in one layer, but then it will look more flat. So once you're done and happy with the amount of hearts, and we need to stop at some point, it is time to encapsulate it all. I'm taking a large bead of clear acrylic and starting from the cuticle, encapsulate it all. So for glass nails, sometimes it's a bit tricky to see if you have enough product everywhere, but you need to check it really good if you have enough product on the sidewalls, on the apex area, and if you don't, then keep adding until the whole nail is complete. When you're done, you can take off the form and slightly pinch the nail. It's optional, but I usually do pinch all the nails, and then we proceed to the next one. So what we did, I did 2 nails of pink ombre, oh no, wait, 3 nails of pink ombre and 2 glass nails, and on the other hand, we also did a couple nails with blue ombre color. So I think it looks kind of well in both. I mean, blue and pink still are pretty good for Saint Valentine's Day or for just a regular day. So for this one I will use pink as well. And let me guys know also which part of the tutorials do you usually like to watch the most. I already know about nail transformation and lifting and old product removal, but what about the application or the filing part? The reason I'm asking because I usually try to keep only the most exciting and interesting parts of my tutorials, even though I usually record almost all nails. So just let me know which ones do you like to watch. Do you like to when I fast forward them or just in their original speed? And I will try to maybe experiment with some new format in my next videos.
You threw away all that we've gone through. Was it all just a game to you? 'Cause I'm dying to know. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Was he really just a friend? 'Cause it's plain in my head, every word that you said, I ain't worked it out yet. So why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? If there was any sign that our love was in decline, I would have begged you not to go. I would have given even more. My heart is breaking up inside. Can't believe our love has died. Guess it's out of my control. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Is he really just your friend?
This is what we have after the application, and now it is time to file them. So accidentally I did one glass nail like extremely long, way longer than it was supposed to be compared to the other nails, so that's why I'm filing it. So the first step when filing the nails I always do, I compare the length and make sure it is all the same on all 10 nails. Do not forget to compare the nails within one hand as well as with the other hand. And next step will be filing the surface, and I'm using the same bead, by the way. I used the same one to remove the old product.
I try to make you stay, but I guess my love wasn't enough. Was it me or was it you, love? 'Cause I'm dying to know. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Was he really just a friend? No sign of you at all. Just pictures on these walls, reminding me of.
We are done with the filing, and the last step will be sealing with the top coat. And don't worry guys, I will not fast forward my favorite part of the top coat application. the sealing of the glass nail because I just wanted to leave it, for dessert. And now we can see that these hearts and stars, they're actually hollow and they sparkle, and oh my god, I so like this moment because when you do it, they do not look as colorful and you cannot really see that this is the glass nail. It looks just some matte nail, but once you seal it with a top coat, this is where we can see all the beauty of this nail. Okay, then cure in LED for 30 seconds, and this is what we had before, so I had to take them off. And this is what we have now, ombre and glass hearts nails. Let me guys know what do you think, and have you already decided what will be your manicure for upcoming Saint Valentine's Day? Thank you so much for watching. If you are first time here on my channel, consider subscribing as new tutorials just like this one are coming up every week. And I will see you in my next one. Goodbye!